Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode company secrets and make them easy to understand. And today we're diving into NuScale Power's latest report to see if this company is really sparking innovation or just burning cash. So what's the big news today? Well, NuScale Power is making some changes to how it handles its shares, and that involves a major player in their business, Fluor Enterprises. This filing tells us about a new agreement they've signed that could affect how many shares are exchanged and how they can be sold. Now let's get to the main event. This is all about an exchange and lockup agreement. Think of it as a handshake deal between NuScale and Fluor about exchanging some company units for shares and then putting some rules on selling those shares. This agreement is tied to a scheduled exchange happening soon, August 12th. What essentially happens is that some investors who own parts of NuScale's subsidiary NuScale LLC will trade those parts in for actual shares of NuScale, the main company. So here's where it gets interesting. NuScale is agreeing to let investors exchange more units than they originally planned, up to an extra 15 million units for shares. That's a pretty big increase. Imagine if your allowance suddenly doubled. But there's a catch. For Fluor, the big company involved, they've agreed to a lockup. This means they can't just immediately sell all the shares they get. They have to hold on to them for at least 30 days. And even after that, they can only sell a small amount, no more than 5% of the daily trading volume of NuScale stock, until the end of 2026. This is to try and keep the stock price stable and prevent big sell-offs that could hurt the company's value. NuScale's main stock trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker SMR. They are also registering their Class A common stock here. And the report is signed off by Robert Ramsey Hamady, the Chief Financial Officer, dated August 1st. Now, while this filing doesn't contain detailed financial tables for the most recent quarter, what it does tell us is about a strategic move to manage shareholder expectations and maintain a stable stock price, especially following a significant exchange of ownership. This kind of agreement signals that the company is trying to manage its public perception and investor confidence by controlling the flow of shares into the market. They want to avoid a situation where a large disrupting it. It's a way of saying that while there's a large exchange of ownership happening, both parties are committed to orderly market behavior. Looking at NuScale Power's overall situation, they are in the business of developing small modular nuclear reactors. This is a field with huge potential given the global need for clean energy, but also significant challenges. Building new nuclear power plants, even small ones, is a complex and incredibly expensive undertaking. The company's success depends on successfully commercializing its technology, getting regulatory approvals, and securing long-term contracts. Any deal that involves major shareholders like Fluor and affects share trading is significant because it impacts how investors perceive the company's stability and growth prospects. This particular agreement shows NuScale is actively managing its investor base and share supply. The lockup on Fluor's shares is a common tactic to prevent immediate selling pressure, which could be detrimental to a young company trying to establish its market presence. It suggests a level of trust and ongoing partnership between NuScale and Fluor. However, the absence of immediate detailed financial figures in this specific filing means we can't directly assess their current revenue or profitability from this document alone. We typically look for revenue growth, cost management, and cash flow. The success of these share management strategies ultimately hinges on the company's underlying performance and its ability to execute its business plan. If NuScale can successfully deploy its reactors and secure profitable contracts, then these share management tactics will be viewed as prudent. If they struggle with execution or face unexpected delays, the market might interpret this as a sign of weakness or a need to prop up the stock price. The company's strategy is clearly focused on scaling up its production and deployment of these advanced nuclear reactors. Key risks include regulatory hurdles, competition from other energy sources, and the capital-intensive nature of the nuclear industry. Opportunities lie in the global push for decarbonization and the potential for modular reactors to be a more flexible and cost-effective solution compared to traditional large-scale nuclear power plants. Based on this filing, NuScale appears to be proactively managing its shareholder structure to support its long-term growth. The agreement with Fluor, while specific in its terms, reflects a broader strategy of controlled expansion and market stability. We need to keep an eye on their actual financial reports to see if this share management is supported by solid operational and financial progress. So what's my take on NuScale Power from this filing? Well, it shows a company that's strategically thinking about its public market presence and its relationship with key partners like Fluor. They're using tools like lock-up agreements to ensure a smooth transition of shares and signal stability. This is a good sign that they're being thoughtful about how they manage investor expectations. However, the real test will be in their financial performance and their ability to actually build and sell these advanced nuclear reactors. Without seeing those numbers directly, it's hard to say if this is a company on solid ground or one that's managing appearances. The nuclear energy sector is a long game with high stakes, and NuScale is playing that game. We have to wait for their financial updates to see if their innovative technology is translating into profitable business. Alright, that's our take on NuScale Power's latest announcement. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into what really matters in the corporate world. Let us know your thoughts on NuScale, its technology, and these share management strategies in the comments below. Also, don't forget to join our Discord server linked in the description for more discussions and insider insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next Decoded Report.